Hey there, Julia here. As we are moving into a new season, I thought it would be fun to flip through my planner from just the summer months, kind of as a little sneak peek into the full flip through that of course will happen later on this year. But man, a lot has happened this summer. I've gone to New York twice. There's also been some in-state travel, and I recently had foot surgery. So there's a lot going on in my planner, and just having to adapt my planner to what's going on in my life has been super interesting. So I just wanted to share that. Per usual, I have ink on my fingers because that's the life I lead now. But I haven't done any type of plan with me's or monthly walkthroughs since June, other than a few shorts here and there. So I just wanted to start there and show you how it's been going in this planner. So I do have a whole setup video, of course, of this planner and sort of walk through my initial spreads, but this is the Papertess Design yearly notebook. This is a B6. It does have Tomoe River paper in it, so really great for fountain pens. It does have a grid ruling, which I've been really enjoying, and I have it housed in this Moterm cover, which is super roomy. It's taken on the bulk so far. I don't really use this very functionally. I just have like some decoration stuff in here. I have another little notebook back here for work notes, and so I have that, and I have been basically bullet journaling in this, and I of course will have a video just talking about my thoughts more in depth when it comes to what I think of bullet journaling inside of this pre-printed planner. But let's skip on to June. I do have these dividers in here. These are the Travelers Company dividers that come with their yearly sticker sheet. So here we are in June. I did have a monthly setup video for this. I'll leave it linked for you if you're curious about how this came together, the meaning, all of that good stuff. But this is the cover spread. I used mostly colored pencils during June. And so let's just flip through. You can kind of see how my currently inked pens are used within my planner, because that is where I mostly use my pens. So we have the monthly calendar here. I have a little media section here to just track what we've been watching. My focus forecast. So every year I have a yearly focus, and there's usually 3 to 4 different focus areas. And so the forecast is me just saying what I want to do for the month in regards to my focus areas, and then the monthly log tracks some of the things that are related to my focus areas. We have the first weekly. And I do set up just these headers and maybe some of these decorations either the day before, or I'll just do the entire spread. So on Monday, let's say at the end of Monday, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do Tuesday and Wednesday since it's on a spread. Have a little bit of journaling here as well. New pen day. So I've been mixing in my to-dos with a little bit of memory keeping in here as well. And when videos come out. Also been popping in some photos here and there. We went to the Miss New Mexico pageant, which is a yearly tradition at this point. Definitely use this month to practice some of my Gothic lettering as well. And to use up some stickers. I've been really doing that this year, is just getting through some stickers, especially for these daily pages. I'm not used to having an entire page for a day, so it's definitely made me use more of my washi tapes and just art supplies. This one is a little more low-key. and then into another weekly. This one's pretty stripped back, and this is just a clear sticker that I put in here. The artist is Kelly Gilligan, I think that says. Gillerin. Her artwork really inspired this entire theme this month. A new weekly. Yeah, it definitely seems like in this month I run the gambit of decoration styles and the degree of like how much I decorate, but it all still kind of aligns with the theme, like go from here to here. So I do kind of like that, flipping through just this variety, but it's like controlled variety within like color schemes, lettering types. It's just a little, I just feel a little more free. And then we're getting into July, and I definitely leaned into some of the stickers that I had in the washi. It's just kind of this cozy summer cottage theme, and most of the stickers that you'll see here are from Washi Tape Shop. I do have a code with them, and I'll leave that link down for you below. My favorite thing with the Washi Tape Shop lately is like their pre-cut stickers. They're still on like washi material, but they're like kiss cut out, so you don't have to do like any cutting. You just peel it up like a sticker and put it down, and it definitely sped up things for July. Again, for my focus this year, or for this month, I have the forecast here and then the log, which relates over to the forecast. And then on this side of the spread for July, I just broke down some tasks for some upcoming trips during this time. And so for this weekly spread, we were already headed over to New Jersey, New York area. And so one of the things I do love doing whenever I know we're going somewhere is just doing a when we get back task list. And so that fit perfectly in this sort of weekly overview. Usually my sort of main task list goes here, but it was a perfect place to just do the when we get back list. And so for this trip, I did take my planner. Also love the B6 size. It doesn't feel like super cumbersome to take along. And so not only did I do some collaging, which was super fun, like first thing in the morning or just, you know, when we had some downtime, but I also just did bullet points of what happened that day. So it's more of a memory keeping system than like a planner or a task bank. And the collaging was a nice way to use the pages, knowing that they weren't going to be full of tasks, full of things. And it's just a nice little break in here, I think. Okay, and then we're into the next weekly, so you can see that my task list is back to normal. I have my priorities, my this week, my later, and I've been breaking this little section up in a few different ways throughout the summer, just depending on what I feel like the week needs. Sometimes I break it up between work and personal, but I do really like this breakdown because I can put things here and not have to worry about them this week, but also know that I have them logged somewhere. So I really like that breakdown. Got a little more journaling here. This page is a little different. I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of tasks that I felt like I wanted to do for the channel, for the upcoming workshop that I'm doing in Chicago, for the Etsy shop. And so even though I maybe didn't use this checklist past this week, it was just nice to get it on paper, and I flagged it just in case I want to come back and be like, what was that thing that I wanted to do, or what was that list that I felt like was important for the workshop or the shop, and just, have that down somewhere and not in my brain. Another little collage here. I love this one. It's so fun. And then, just the breather. Then next weekly, I hit up a little Dutch door here and expanded the task list. So I have priorities this week, the channel, personal task, and later. I don't remember doing this, but I really like this idea and I should do it more often. I really like this layout. And even though I have a 5-year journal that I write in every night, the space is pretty small. And so I want to capture any more personal feelings, the large highlights of the day. So here I can ramble a little bit more. All of this is about the new season of Big Brother that started. And so I'm not going to write this in my 5-year journal, but it is fun to see what I thought about the season and also just take up space here. I have the space. Why not? I think we left here to go to Santa Fe for Cam's birthday, and so I wrote down what activities we were doing and the meeting points at what times, that type of thing here. And then on to the next week. This is fun. So for this week, we were gone a lot of it for some work travel, and so I have it color coded on which days we would be in what city. This is the first time we see the weekend dump for the summer, and I have still been doing these weekend dumps. So over the weekend, if there's nothing planned where we're going somewhere, there's a lot I want to get done on the weekend, usually filming for the channel, doing photos, my wash day for my hair, things like that happen on the weekend, housework. And so even though I know I can't get all of these things done in 2 days, I will drive myself crazy just thinking about, ooh, I need to do that. Ooh, I should do this. Ooh, I should do that and this and that. And then I get super overwhelmed and don't do anything and just sit in this overwhelm of wanting to do so much and not knowing I don't have enough time. So just dumping all of the things here helps. It just helps. I don't know why. And I'll pull tasks from over here. And sometimes I'll look at them, on Sunday and be like, okay, that wasn't that important. I can do that, later in the week or whatever. And then we're getting into August, which I decided to do this gradient sunset, I don't know, just this gradient theme with this really funky looking lettering style here. My thought on this theme was just having a little fun with my fountain pen inks, because my workshop at the Chicago Planner Conference is around painting with fountain pen ink. So I just wanted to have a little bit of fun with that. And then it just has this end of summer vibe, soaking it all in, the colors, the sky, the sea, all of that. So that is sort of the vibe here. This quote by Bill Nye definitely refers to sort of my last hurrah before surgery, and that was Stationery Fest. Everyone you will ever meet knows something you don't. So I just wanted to soak in the people, soak in the experience, and this quote was definitely along with that vibe. Again, we have the focus forecast and the log. And then I didn't really make as much use of this page as I wanted to, but this is supposed to be a page where I just jot down current events, whether it's in like hobby events or like Japanese woman wins the first gold medal in breakdancing, like that type of thing. We get into the first weekly. I had a little bit of bleed through happen here. I learned here quickly that my patience for waiting for ink, paint, whatever to dry is crazy. So if you're doing a gradient like this with paint or ink, wait until it dries before you pull up your washi border. And you will notice these little index cutouts here. I'll talk a little bit more about that when I look at this planner in detail a little later, but I will link it below. But this is just how I get back to the weeklies to like look at the tasks that I want to pull over into the dailies. Okay, this is Stationery Fest New York week, so you can see another when I get back task list right here. So for this, I did do a few bullet points of what we did, and I also did a little bit of journaling, but most of it is just bullet points of what happened, my thoughts, things like that. This is just fun. I guess I just felt like doing a little doodling, doing a little lettering for the end of the trip. And I was having lots of fun with my Magna Carta, which is like a flex fountain pen. And so, yes, I took up all the space ever for the day headers. On this day, I had surgery, so I didn't do anything but paste a picture in. And as you can see, I was right back on it. Even though I had to elevate and I couldn't really walk around, I was back on it. And we get into another weekly here. I thought this was super bright and colorful and like gummy bear looking. I didn't love it. I still don't love it, but I think the only thing that I would do different is just change out these header highlights to some other like more subdued color, like a gray or something. I did have a lot of fun just including these little random gradient rectangles and squares, whether they were smooth, a smooth transition, or a little more blocky like this. It just felt super relaxing to do. Having a little fun with stamping here. Here we are at the last week of August. So I really piled the week into one spread here because I used an extra spread by mistake in September, but I thought it worked out really great. And this spread actually encouraged me to be more intentional, mindful about what pens I'm using, what inks I'm using, so that it looks not so chaotic as a spread. So what I've been doing now is kind of, if I go with an ink color for tasks, I will use that on the entire spread. So typically 2 days, and I'll do like other notes or bullet points in some other color so that it looks a little more cohesive together. So you can see like some of these other ones back here. Like these go together quite well, but there are some other ones where it's a little clashy. Like maybe that one, maybe. So yeah, after that, it goes into September. I do have a short of the setup spreads here if you want to see that. But otherwise, that is the summer in my bullet journal / planner. Let me know what you think here. Definitely like and subscribe. Turn on notifications too, because there will be a full flip through of this thing. I'm very excited to finish this planner off. Look at the chunk there. It's not too bad. It's definitely a manageable amount of chunk. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this planner. Thank you so much for watching this flip through. I will leave for you another, well, I'm just gonna leave a lot of flip throughs for you, a whole playlist of some of my favorite flip throughs. I'll leave them for you here. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one.